Too late.
Live. Okay, we live then. Shit.
Yo, the dirty fucking corner. What's good? Hey,
what's going on, y'all? Let's get it, man.
Lok'd Out Dirt Life.
That's right.
Coming to you raw. Hey, so special guest. A lot of you guys probably know who's here with me, but for those that don't, introduce yourself, bro. Probably know who's here with me, but for those that don't, introduce yourself, bro. Probably. Oh, is that you? But for those that don't, introduce yourself, probably. Is that you?
Hold on, man.
Oh, damn, what? It's already fucked up?
Hold on, man.
Oh, damn, what? It's already fucked up? Do you have it up twice? Do you have it up twice?
Nah. Microphone array.
Damn, we already fucked it up and ruined it.
What the fuck is that?
Damn, we already fucked it up and ruined it.
Damn it, man.
Damn.
What the fuck is that? Where's that echo coming from, though?
Is it from me?
Where's that echo coming from, though?
No, that's you.
That's me?
Is it from me?
I don't know. I'm just hearing echoes. Coming from, though? Hold on, man.
No, that's you.
That's me?
Is it from me? Hey, so if you have it up twice, if you have it in, like, if you're trying to watch it and then listen to it.
Oh, no, I don't got that. I'm not on
If you have it up twice, if you have it in, like, if you're trying to watch it and then listen to it.
Oh, no, I don't got that. I'm not on that. Nah, bro. I don't got that going on.
Me neither.
Oh, no, I don't got that.
Let me come. I'm going to leave and come back. You talk and see if it's still there.
Me neither. Oh, no, I don't got that.
I'm going to leave and come back. You talk and see if it's still there. Me neither.
Yo.
I'm going to leave and come back. You talk and see if it's still there. Me neither.
Yo. Hold on, bro. This shit gotta be. Yo. Hold on, bro. This shit gotta be. Yo.
Yeah, that's you, fool. Damn, dog. Hey, you have your shit on twice, bro.
Okay, man. Hold up. I'm fucking
Damn, dog. Hey, you have your shit on twice, bro.
Okay, man. Hold up. I'm fucking
Hey, technical difficulties in this bitch. It couldn't possibly go any other way. So, hey, I appreciate 12 people in here. I appreciate it, man. We'll get it going here hopefully in a second. These are kind of the trials and tribulations for fools like me and Klown Lok that might not be so technically inclined. What's good out there, though? JT, what's up? Just in case, been a minute. Scandal Squad. Diddy. Damn, Klown Lok had to come fuck it all up. Hey. All good. We got a wide variety of topics here. And then Friday, we're scheduled for Friday at 6 o'clock this next week. Mars Hall interview. Damn, this fool's shit says it's all fucked up. See you try to jump in, bro, but it wasn't. Something was wrong with the connection. Shit, Big Mike in the house. What's good, bro? Been a minute. Hey, I didn't even know people been around since Big Mike still got notifications. Nah, I'm going to do everything live. Every time I'm going to do it live. I think live is better because you get more of an interaction. And then if there's the only thing that sucks about live is this shit. So if it fucks up, it fucks up. It just is what it is, but it's all good. Hopefully this fool can figure it out. Otherwise, hey, that's my luck though. That's why I don't YouTube. That's why I don't YouTube. I seen a couple of those bets were getting better. Here we go. What's good, dog?
Man, what the hell's going on, bro? How's it going, y'all?
Hey, you bent the corner all fucked up.
I hit the 13 on the damn curve, man.
Damn, bro, you scraped the rims.
Fuck it, bro. I don't know what. You know what? This why motherfuckers that not used to laptops shouldn't try to jump on shit with laptops.
Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm not very technically inclined either, so it's all good, bro. So everybody in the chat, man, salute. I appreciate you guys tapping in. For those that might not know, man, go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Shit, what's good, everybody? Y'all already know, man. I'm Klown Lok from Lok'd Out TV. Over here, we keep that shit loked out, no doubt, for real. Jumping on that Dirty Corner podcast. Woo! Fucking it up one good time. The first, boom, just jump right in here and fuck shit up, bro. That's what we do over here, but on some real shit. I'm glad to be here, bro. I'm glad to see my homie G Dirt back on YouTube. It's been a minute. We've been wondering what the hell's going on. This is the comeback, man. So
hell yeah.
Straight up.
My life's been
Georgia
in shambles. Been in shambles. So what's up with you, dog? As far as me and you go, I remember a time me and you had about 200 subscribers each, bro. Does that sound about right? Like we were right neck and neck at about 200.
Yeah, on our way to 300. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when we found each other and shit. I came across your you had the graffiti background. As a matter of fact, I think you still have the same intro.
Yeah, I do, man. You know that intro, that's the first intro I had. The intro I have now is my original intro. First one I have, I got faded one night and accidentally deleted that shit. But you know, I ended up somehow finding out how I could get it back through the art of screen recording. And so finally I got it back, man. That's the original intro. And I was planning on making a new one, but bro, I was trying to upscale the original, and I just didn't think I could do it, man. So I was like, you know what? I got to get that original back. And nothing's better than the original. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, yeah. And then, because I remember when I first came across one of your videos and I seen that big ass graffiti wall, and I was like, who's this for? Like, let me, you know, and then that's how I checked out your videos and shit. And then I think from there, well, what happened from there was you blew up and I just fizzled out.
Nah, you still there, bro. But you know what? Another good thing about that, here's a fun fact about the intro. The graffiti wall that's in the background with the clown and all that shit. None of that shit's there no more. They painted over it.
Oh, word. That's what's up. So it's an original piece.
Yeah, none of that shit's there no more, bro. And I have a video. Anyone that wants to go check it out, it's titled Dirty South Graffiti. And it's showing off that whole building. That whole building was graffitied out. And unfortunately, I got it, bro.
You got the copyrights to that.
Yeah, bro. It's not there no more, bro. Unfortunately, and that shit was it was good art.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I mean, let's get into some of these topics, some of these things we were gonna bring up. I was gonna just ask a couple things about you, bro, to start it off. And you know, you got a little red tint to that beard, though. And but I noticed that Spanish culture is something that's very strong for you, something that weighs heavy with you. So I was just wondering, man, is it always been like that for you? Like, did you grow up in kind of the Spanish culture? Did you, was it something that it was a neighborhood that you lived in, or, how did it start? Was your parents have any type of Hispanic to them, or?
Well, yeah, bro, it's something that's always been a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I actually had I never knew my biological father, so one of my stepfathers that I've had a couple in my life that's really been an influence on my life. The one I have now, but the one that my mother married before this one, he was actually Venezuelan. He had come over here from Venezuela, and he married her when I was little, man, like young as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like so he's the one that I grew up with from, I don't want to say from a baby, you know what I'm saying? Because I was off the bottle and shit. I was walking around and shit. But I was still pretty much a baby. I was young. And he's the last one I remember before this one. He came into my life. I grew up with him as my father for a very long time, up to about I was 12 years old when he died and he passed away. And he was a big influence on my life. Not only that, but the street I grew up on, it was a Hispanic street. All my friends in school was Hispanic. I've just always been a part of that community. Even after he died, I still all my friends and everybody I was close to was Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So of course I'm gonna stay right there where I'm comfortable at. I had a lot of problems with the white kids in school. I was always, because back then, bro, when things was going like the early 90s and all that shit,
yeah,
late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, all that shit, it was really racist over here, bro, like towards the immigrant community. You know what I'm saying? So, immigrants would come over here. They was coming over here. Anyone that knows about the 90s, bro, it was popping off everywhere. You know what I'm saying? On that, with the drug issues, gang issues, all that shit, but especially in California, Chicago, Texas, and all these other places. So families was trying to find a safer place. Immigrant families, you know what I'm saying, was trying to find a safer place to raise their families and to make families and to achieve that American dream. So a lot of them started migrating over here because we have carpet mills. You know what I'm saying? The spot where I live is actually called the carpet capital of the world. And we have a lot of carpet mills over here and rent's cheap, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's an okay place to be if you're trying to, have a family for the most part. So a lot of families was coming over here, and the good old boys, I like to call them the good old boys, they was not trying to, they was pretty much like, y'all coming over here, y'all are taking our jobs and all this shit. So they was very, and also, man, this was back when the KKK and all that shit was doing marches and all that shit too. So they was pretty much trying to push the immigrants, the Hispanic families and all that shit that was coming over here. They was trying to push them out of the city, bro, because they felt like they was taking their jobs and whatnot. So they was very violent towards that community. And, being that I was growing up in a Hispanic family, they hated me, bro. The white kids at school hated my ass. Like, they used to call me names. And it was like every day, every other day, I was in another fight with a white kid just because of my family, bro. And I remember my dad used to come to my field days and shit at school. And then after he would leave or whatever, I'd end up in a fight because, they just wanted to be disrespectful or whatever. And so, yeah, man, to answer your question, I've always been a part of the Hispanic community to this day. That's my community right there, bro. And it's not something that I just woke up one day and decided, hey, I'm gonna be like this. You know what I'm saying? I've been like this most of my life. Pretty much all my life I have been like this. Yeah.
Now when you say, because obviously, growing up, and I know that everyone's trying to do the best for themselves and shit, but I told you I was going to ask you this. So, and you've always been in Georgia then?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And so when you got put on, was that on that same street that you grew up on? or was that somewhere else? Or how did that all come about? Was that at an early age, or how did that work out for you?
Yeah, I started game banging at an early age, bro. Probably about 12 years old when I started getting into it. How that started was my family, my father's family in Venezuela. They was actually pretty wealthy in Venezuela, man. They had a construction company and everything in Caracas, Venezuela, right?
Mm.
But they're family oriented, right? So they wanted to move over here to have the family together. So his brothers started moving over here. You know, my grandmother, my grandfather, they moved over here. The whole family moved over here. They sold their business over there to come over here. And the plan was to start a construction business over here.
Word.
And I don't know what happened with that, you know, because it never happened. Probably him dying and you know and all the shit that goes with that probably had a lot to do with it. But so my brother, not my well, he's my brother, but he's really my uncle. But anyways, they adopted him. His name's Giovanni, right? They adopted him so he could stay over here. And he was in middle school. He's 2 years older than me. So when he came over here, he ended up in middle school. And at the time, this is when gang banging, the Hispanic gangs, they was making their foot, you know, hit the concrete. You feel me? They was fucking stamping their shit.
Oh
And
yeah. And would you say this is late 90s?
this is the this is
Like mid
early 90s,
90s?
bro. Early 90s.
Oh,
This
early.
shit's probably like 90 93-ish, 92-ish.
Word.
Somewhere like that. Now keep in mind that these gangs that's around here at this time, they're already established, like the Tiny Winos 13, the Fifth Avenues, the Sureño gang. Those was the three main ones back then. They're already established, right? They're going at it with each other already. But the way it was back then was certain schools had certain gangs, like Dalton High School. They had Fifth Avenue, and they had mostly Sureño gang, and then maybe a wino, maybe a tiny wino or two. You know what I'm saying? But mostly that was their school. Southeast and Eastbrook was the tiny wino schools. Like that's what went there, bro. If any other gang that was there, they get pushed out that school.
Word.
So when my uncle he came over, he ended up going to Eastbrook. I'm in elementary school at this time. I'm transitioning from fourth grade. I was in fourth grade when he moved over here. So I'm in fourth grade. I'm on my way to fifth grade. When he started school, when I started fifth grade, he started seventh grade or some shit in middle school, right? Well, they're already gang banging over there in that school. And the same thing, bro. He starts having problems with the white kids. You know, they start trying to. He couldn't speak English. You know, he's fresh over here from Venezuela, so naturally, you know, he's going to go with his people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, and he ends up gangbanging. He ends up joining the Tiny Winos 13, and he starts bringing it, pretty much bringing his friends and shit around the house. And you know, we're out there playing basketball in the street, and I'm going over to a little spot called Mexico Chiquito, which was a primary spot for that hood at the time. And we're going and playing soccer, and we're slap boxing, and we're having boxing tournaments and all this shit. So I felt that acceptance, right? So I started wanting to become a tiny wino also. And this is when I was like 10 going on into 11. But once my father died at 12, because I can remember him, I started getting in a lot of trouble in school, right? So I can remember him telling me, bro, like, I don't know what's going on with you, but like this ain't what you want to do, man. You need to do good, you know. But he was also the type, like, he was a strong man, you know what I'm saying? He was a respectable man. So he used to tell me, he's like, but if anybody messes with you, don't let them. You know, if you have to show them something, show it to them. Don't let people push you around.
Straight.
But don't go start it. Just don't let them push you around. And yeah, man. So I started wanting to prove myself as far as to, instead of listening to him, I kind of already had my mind made up, but I wasn't already there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to impress you know, these friends I got over here, you know, Giovanni and all his new friends, and the fact that he's over here and he's throwing up the TWs and shit. I get, you know, they're wearing the bandanas and shit, so it intrigued me.
Now, are you at that time? Are you like? And I don't know if are you like one of the only like white guys at that time? Like, are you one of the only like lighter skin people in that community, or
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah. It was unusual. It was unusual back then for a white boy to be in that, you know, being anywhere around that shit. You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
It was unusual, man. So yeah, I was most definitely the only white one, the only white boy there, you know. And so it made me
So you
do
wanted to go
things.
hard.
Yeah, it made me do things a little harder, which ended
Yeah.
up leading me to catching my first case. And when I was 12, I was in 5th grade, and I was in and out of trouble all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was just, and none of these kids, they was all older than me, right? So it ain't like they went to my school, but for whatever reason, I guess I felt like I wanted to come home and be like, shit, look, I got written up, or I got in trouble today, you know, and in hopes that it would impress, you know, my older brother or impress his friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before the school year ended, I ended up jumping on this one kid, man. And keep in mind that the white kids always try to make fun of me, bro, when I was in school. Like, they would throw racial slurs at me on a regular basis, right? Um,
Yeah.
and I would fight them for the shit. And that's another reason why I stayed in trouble so much, because I was actually kind of defending myself too.
Are you like decked out at this point? I mean, are you like wearing Cortezes and shit like that? Like that, and that's what it is? Or are you like kind of dressing different, and that's why
Yeah.
you think like
Well,
you
well,
feel like you
well,
were a target from that?
we didn't wear Cortezes. Like, at that time, we wasn't wearing Cortezes. Because keep in mind, my family's from Venezuela.
Word.
So from the Mexican culture, it's a whole different culture. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
They're not wearing the Cortezes, and they're not doing all that. But at the same time, I'm wearing clothes that I can that we can afford. You know, I'm not wearing like nothing. You know, a lot of the shit that I wore back, that my mom, when they would get me, bro, was from like a Finger Hut. If you
Oh,
know about the,
yeah,
you know, shit like that, where they can make
yeah,
payments on it and shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, I hear
Um,
that.
like Wranglers from Walmart, shit like
I
that.
was
But
gonna say back then it was like we didn't really have a choice. Like for me, I didn't really have a
yeah,
choice of what I dressed in.
yeah, I didn't have a
Yeah,
choice, bro. But
yeah.
one thing I started doing was, since my older brother was bigger than me, I would start wearing his clothes because they was bigger. See what
Gotcha.
I'm saying? So I did start doing that, and you know, it was noticeable. Like, damn, you're wearing these, because he was a big boy. You know what I'm saying? You're
Uh,
wearing these, and I was a skinny ass little kid, but you're wearing these big ass pants. Like, why? You know, my parents are asking me, why are you trying to wear this? And I start wearing, like, you know, I had a couple flannel shirts and shit, so I started putting the one button up here and shit like that. You know,
okay.
yeah, shit like that, man.
Were you guys rocking Ben Davis later on out there, or is that just
Yeah,
West?
yeah. Later on, bro. Yeah, the Ben Davis came later on. But at
Word.
this time, I mean, and I mean, the homies, like the Mexican homies at the time, they was rocking Ben Davis and Dickies and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We just wasn't. Me and my brother wasn't. You know what I'm saying? We was we had Levi's. You know, like we would get some Levi's and shit like that. But
So
we didn't dress like that, like that at that time.
I got you. That came later on. I got you.
Yeah.
So now you said that if you go to this school, that's basically kind of like how the gang was, right? Like this gang goes to this school, this gang. So how does it work as far as as far as like ops or rivalries, different gangs in that area? Was that something that you guys all lived amongst each other, or is that something where there was different sections, kind of like California? How did it, like? Is there a lot of opposition out there for for your gang specifically?
Well, you know, back then, bro, the way it was, it's not like that anymore. Or with us. But back then we was all on each other's heads. You know what I'm saying? Now keep in mind, like I told you, there was three main gangs back then, right? You had the Sureño gang, They called themselves Su 13. That's what they called themselves.
Yeah.
You had the Tiny Winos 13, TW13, and then you had Fifth Avenue. These was the three main ones. And they fucking hated each other for the most part. Now, Sureños, the Su 13 gang, and the Fifth Avenues, they was kind of cool with each other to a certain extent because they went to the same school together. They pretty much grew up in the same area as far as neighborhood and all that shit goes, right?
Yeah.
Now the Tiny Winos, they had Southeast High School and they had Eastbrook Middle School, and then they had like Valley Point Elementary. They had 2 or 3 elementary schools, and it all flowed into Eastbrook Middle and then into Southeast High School. And most of the kids that went to those schools was kind of on the outskirts of the neighborhoods where Fifth Avenue and the Su 13 gang was for the most part. But as far as ops go back then, you know, I was banging Tiny Winos at that time. So Tiny Winos, we most definitely was after the Fifth Avenues, and we was most definitely after the Su 13s, and they was after us. And then you had the other gangs, like we had some white kids that claimed Crips, and you had the white kids that claimed the Folks. There was no Bloods back then. There was no Norteños back then, and shit like that. So every once in a while, you might run into a little bit of beef. Like me, I had beef with the white kids. Like, so I'm beefing with all the fucking Crips. I'm beefing with the white Crips. I'm beefing with the white folks. And then on top of that shit, once I get into the gangbanging aspect of the shit, I'm banging against the fucking other Mexicans at this point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I had plenty of ops. You know, that's
you were saying you were trying to go. You were going super hard, right?
Fucking bro, it was crazy.
Yeah, as trying to be that white guy in the mix, right? Trying to get that name.
Right, and I couldn't get past it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was pretty much the only white guy at the time. Now it's kind of like it's normal, you know what I mean? But at that time I was pretty much the only white guy, and I just stood out, man. It's almost like I glowed, you know what I'm saying? I was a glowing light.
You got red tint in that beard, bro. Like I said, right?
So yeah. So it was fucking important. Like if we end up in a fight with somebody, bro, like I'm the one they're looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like these fools are going. If it's a group fight, I'm the one that. Oh shit! Look, let's go get him. We're gonna get his ass. Make your way to the white guy every damn time, bro.
Sure. So how was it with like YouTube and shit, bro? Like what made you? So you're doing your thing, and I think that you might have told me this story, but for people that might not know, you know, what was it that encouraged you to start your YouTube channel, and what's the message behind that you're trying to, you know, get people to understand? And then I don't want to cut you off, but I do understand that as we all start YouTube, our channel takes these different directions because there's so much fuck shit that goes on, you know, on the internet. But I mean, how did it all come about as far as starting?
Yeah, well, one thing about YouTube is, you know, it first of all, it's like anything else, bro. It's going to evolve. No one look if and this goes for life. If you're not fucking evolving in your life in some way, or at least trying to evolve in some way, bro, then you're stagnant. And
that's for sure.
Unless you're just happy doing what the hell you're doing, you're not getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, that's one thing about YouTube. Now, how I started my YouTube is I got out and I got locked up in 2018. And luckily I only did 9 months. They tried to give me 7 years, and then it got bumped down to a 2-year, and then we ran another plea bargain, and I luckily ended up with 9 months to do, right? So I came home in 2019, and my oldest son, he told me, he's like, you know, there's a lot of prison channels on YouTube. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, all these dudes are on YouTube and they're telling prison stories and all this. And I'm like, yeah, man, but don't you gotta sign a contract or some shit with YouTube? Like, how does these people get these deals to go on YouTube?
Yeah.
And he's like, what, man? You don't gotta sign no contract to go on YouTube. There ain't no, you don't gotta talk to nobody. He's like, you just record it and put it on YouTube. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, I got a YouTube channel. Look at this. So he's on there, he's doing all kinds of crazy shit, right? I'm like, oh fuck. Well, I didn't know it was that easy. And he's like, man, you should start a channel. So I'm like, man, I ain't gonna start no damn channel. What am I gonna say? He's like, man, he's like, just tell your stories. So I took it like, you know what? I said, I'll start a channel if you help me with it. And he's like, yeah, I'll help you with it. Keep in mind, he's like 18 at the time. No, he's 19 at the time. Some shit like that. So I'm trying to catch up for lost time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like this. I'm thinking this could be something that me and him can do together. But he left me hanging on that shit, bro. I started the channel. I started dropping videos. He's supposed to help me learn how to edit my videos and all this shit. I end up getting like he sends me he sends me a couple of links to some editing apps, gives me a little bit of advice, and then he just pretty much left my ass in the wind. You know what I'm saying? And
he got you the itch, bro. And then he
yeah,
left
bro.
you
So,
dry.
and you know, I just kind of enjoyed it. It became like I'm one of those people that when I do something, bro, it's like I never want to. I gotta know that it's not gonna go nowhere, like for sure, before I'm just like, you know what, forget it. Because
For sure.
if I don't do that, if I ever quit something that I know, like, and I think it could have kept going somewhere, then I'm always like, damn, man, if I would have just kept going, it might have been here now, or it might have, you know. So, and that's what I started seeing with YouTube, man. It went from 0 to 15 people, and I mean, probably the first 20 people, I forced them to subscribe. I ain't gonna lie, but
You
you
fucking
know,
pulled that strong arm.
yeah, man, I was going to work and I was like, fucking, hey, man, I got a YouTube channel. Subscribe. Let me see your phone. Boom. Okay, here you go. Welcome to the
That's what's
channel.
up.
But yeah, man, I kind of just started enjoying it, man, because it became something like a therapy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I seen people, you know, they enjoy the stories, they enjoy, you know, what I was doing. Some people hated what I was doing, and so I just like, man, bro, you know, and I just enjoyed doing it. So I just kept doing it, kept doing it. You know what I'm saying? As
Yep.
far as the message goes, it's the same message as it always has been, bro. You know, I like to say that I'm on here to drop positivity, and I'm on here to, you know, be a positive light in a world of darkness and all that good shit. But honestly, bro, I'm just here to show people that I'm an individual that when I started my channel, bro, probably just a few months, but 9 months before I started my channel, I was selling dope and I was gang banging. Real
For
shit.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? I was out there in the trenches, uh, doing what you do in the trenches, and that's just real factual shit.
Yep.
So if I didn't, and I could have went right back to the shit. Honestly, like it's nothing to go back to it, but it's a fucking struggle to stay away from it.
I was actually going to ask you because you said that. Do you feel like YouTube's kind of helped you stay busy as far as keeping,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, keeping you doing something that's keeping your mind off of going back to the bullshit? Or
Oh, most definitely, bro. YouTube's fucking busy. People, you know what? People think that YouTube isn't work, but YouTube's a grind, bro. You got to grind to
oh,
really
sure,
get results. You know what I'm saying? Especially once you're monetized and you want to see money coming in, you're gonna have to grind, bro. You're gonna have to hustle. It's a hustle. It's a grind.
straight
You know what I'm
up.
saying? So hell yeah, man, it keeps me busy, bro, because I couldn't be selling anyone that's really so dope and been out there dodging motherfuckers trying to rob you and you're
That's
game
time
banging.
consuming for sure.
That's time consuming, bro. I ain't got unless I want to put all that on video, I don't
Yeah,
have time to drop a video. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, for
That's
sure.
facts.
Well,
So
let's.
the whole
Oh, go
point of
ahead.
the channel, bro, is if it has a message, it's just to show people that uh you know you could come from a fucked up background and you could be on the bullshit. And you know, I still rep my hood, bro. I'm still Southside locals. You know what I'm saying? I will be a Southside local. That's who I am. That's what I am. I'm not out there damaging the community no more. But I didn't have to go out bad to do something good and to show people, you know what, you could still be who you are, bro. I ain't changed shit. I got individuals that watch my channel that's known me over 20 years, and they'll tell you Klown Lok still Klown Lok. He ain't changed
Straight
shit.
up. Yeah.
You don't have to change, bro, to show people that you can change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the message of the channel.
You know, one thing that you used to do in the day, and I'll just make it real quick, but you used to do these bloopers, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit used to crack me up, bro, because I can't tell you how many times that I would make a video and I would go to turn that bitch on right after I got monetized, and then I go to post it, and I'd start off with, you know, 3 cuss words. That's just how I talk. So then it wouldn't monetize, and I go back and I go back and I go back. I'd have to do it like 6 times, and I'm like, fuck, why can't I get this right?
Right.
So yeah, but those bloopers, that was like the real life behind the scenes, bro, because
right,
the shit's not perfect on the first take, bro.
Hell no.
Like, very rarely. As you get better with the camera, it becomes a little bit easier, but in general, it's those were some funny shit. So
yeah, especially when you're not used to being on camera.
For sure.
You know, bro, you know how long it took me to get comfortable on a camera?
Bro, we grew up in a generation where the camera was the worst thing on earth. Nowadays, it's like it's not real if it's not on camera, which is some weird ass shit. It's like, oh, it didn't really happen if you didn't record it. Nah, bro, you're not supposed to record it. That's some weird shit. So,
well, I know another thing when I was young, bro, if you had a video camera, you had some money. Or you stole it from your parents or some shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, that's a VHS video recorder, bro. What the hell you doing with that out here on the block? What the hell?
Yeah, that's for sure. So let me ask you. So, you know, we had kind of talked behind the scenes about the 1090 Jake had kind of, you know, he had done, I don't know if it was like the podcast or what he's doing with Adam 22, but he had came out and said that there was this Western standoff, right?
Mm-hmm.
He basically had said that he got a flat tire, you know, and this was at the gas station. And I think this fool and his girl ran up on him. And from what I understand from there, you know, they sped off and they came back with a few carloads of fools. And from 1090 story, you know, this fool is these dudes pulled out heat, and then his buddy pulled out a heater, and they're just sitting there staring at each other. So I come from a lot of real life situations. I know you do. How do you feel about this story? And if you know, I mean, do you pull out a burner and then have someone else pull out a burner and you guys just stare at each other? I mean, how do you feel about what you saw on that?
You know what? I dropped a video on this. It's dropping next week, y'all. Check that shit out. I think it drops Tuesday. Anyways, I went and watched the video, heard the story. And it seems to me, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say it's true or it's not true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that. At the end of the day, I wasn't there, bro. I wasn't in Miami. I wasn't.
For sure.
So can't really say, oh, that shit's fake as hell, bro. That shit, because it could happen. Keep in mind, we in 2022.
That's why I feel like it's less likely to happen. And this is good to have different opinions.
Now he did say that they was at a gas station. Okay, for one, he's at a gas station on the good side of Miami. He said it was on the good side of Miami. Shit, bro. You know, the way he told
this. Oh, go ahead.
The way he told the story, I think he exaggerated that shit. If anything, you know what I'm saying? I don't see. I for one, if somebody took the time, he said that the people originally was recording him. He said he watched them record them from their phone. It was a dude and a chick. They left. Then they came back with some other cars. They jumped out the car. They pulled down on them. They then gave them the time to pull out and pull down on them. And then they're just staring at each other like, what do we do? first of all, bro, I know me personally, when you're going to go get that shit, bro, when you really want it, I don't think, unless you're just a straight up amateur and you really don't want it, you just want to pretend like you want it.
Yeah,
you're not going to allow nobody to pull out on you when you done draw down on them. The minute that shit, I'm surprised it wasn't like a straight out just a fucking bus set, a bus session, like just busting back at each other. Bow, 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 bow. I think it's an exaggerated story, if anything, bro. I don't know, bro.
For sure. I mean, could someone roll up and come over there and press you? Hey, that's 1090, and he's flashy as fuck, right? So
right.
I could see him getting pressed for sure. But
I mean, look at all the rappers, bro. There's videos of what's that fool name? P and J, P and B. Rock.
I don't know.
Bro, he's the one that got killed in Roscoe's.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but he's flashy, but it wasn't a Western standoff, bro. I think that.
Yeah, nah.
Look, so yeah, because I mean, so if you notice someone taking pictures and shit, first of all, or recording, right, and then you notice them come back, like we're already extra cautious on that, right? Like we're already like, what the fuck's going down here? And so I don't know, like if someone draws on you and then you're drawing on them, this is the picture that he portrayed, bro. It's like you said, they drew on him, then they drew, and they're just standing there looking at each other. So what? Just fools are like, all right, this ain't going nowhere. I'm out. Like for me, I call bullshit on that.
Yeah. I don't think.
Because if someone draws on you, like Ratchet, for instance, has a concealed weapon permit. So if they were really trying to take something, then you would be able to defend yourself. And as soon as someone draws, that's game over. I mean that.
Oh yeah, bro, you're in the clear if they drawing down on you and you got a concealed weapon. Like, but you know what another thing about that story that tripped me out is he's a convicted felon.
Yeah.
He's on No Jumper talking about all the ammunition they have, the Dracos and all this shit that they got, bro. Like he's like, and this is anywhere we go. And I'm just like, bro, you're on fucking a multi-million subscriber platform talking about all the weaponry and all the damn ammunition that you travel with everywhere you go. You're a convicted felon, bro. Why the hell would you even talk about shit like that? Even if you don't, you know what I'm saying? They might pull that fool over somewhere one day and he might not have a fucking 22 pistol on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not have that, but you're not even supposed to be around that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you over here talking about all the shit you got and all the ammunition and all this shit. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Well, he in time and time again he shows that he's got a young mind, right? I mean, he's like me personally, I can't hate on the fact that this guy came from where he is and been able to achieve the success that he has. But I fear that at some point that guy might become a statistic because he's so damn flashy. And that's a statistic, rather it's death or he gets a RICO or there's some other type of, shit that he gets hemmed up for just trying to be too cool for the little kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. And the thing about a lot of them situations, bro, when you're like that is a lot of times, man, that shit going to come from your own camp. You fucking one of them might feel like you ain't breaking bread enough, you ain't doing something, you ain't doing enough for the cause or whatever, bro, and they going to try to take something.
Straight up. So what's up with tell me a little bit about I know we were talking behind the scenes a little bit about Swifty Blue.
Right.
So how do you tell me your opinion as someone that pays a lot of attention to that culture and shit like that. Do you find this fool coming across racist? Do you find what do you take as far as you know, how he's trying to come across. What do you feel about it?
As far as not wanting to join, sign to a black label.
Not wanting to sign to a black label, a lot of controversy with that. You know, I mean, how do you feel?
You know what?
Can you understand that?
I understand where he's coming from, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's allowed to feel like, and this is the thing about it, bro. A lot of people blew that shit. Like, I feel like the way he said it, he could have, like, you know, presented what he was saying a little better. I feel like the way he said it came off as like, oh my God, he's racist, la la la. Nah, bro,
Yeah,
you gotta understand the culture he's coming from. You gotta understand the fucking politics he's up under.
for sure.
Even though he's never been to prison. Now let's go ahead and put that out there. He's never been to prison. So for the fact, and he's only did like a year in county jail, bro. So, you know, all the institutionalized shit and all the shit he's saying with that, he reminds me of a young homie that gets put in county jail for 6 months or 12 months or whatever, then comes home and thinks they did something. You know what I'm saying? That's what he reminds me of, bro, because I got plenty of young homies that's went to county jail, did a little county jail time, and came home and they think they're a straight up OG all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand that, but I want to play devil's advocate, and not for myself, but you know, I've never been to prison. I've just been in the county jail a few times. I was in youth prison, but you know, I don't count that. I mean, I didn't even know how to understand thinking at that point in my life, you know. But
right.
you know, but I know a lot of motherfuckers that ain't been to prison that's done some fucking wild ass shit.
Oh yeah,
You know?
me too.
So, you know, to play devil's advocate, but I do understand what you're saying though. And I would agree with you that it's not racist. I would agree that
no, it's not racist, bro. He's trying to stay true to the politics of what he's a part of. Even though, but keep in mind that the politics that he's staying true to is prison. That's where I was getting at with that. He's never been to prison, so he's trying to stay true to prison politics, even though he's never been to prison.
Even though he's never been, yeah.
Right. But you know, it's not racist, bro, not to want to sign to a black label. I mean, shit. And I mean, this might not be racist, but I wouldn't never sign to a, you know, if a broadcasting, say someone came to me with a broadcasting deal or some shit and they were Bloods. You know what I'm saying? There's a good chance I wouldn't fuck with them. I'm like, no, I have to pass on that. I'm doing okay by myself. You know what I'm saying? Or if I had something going on with my channel and you know, I wouldn't, you know, want to have a blood co-host. I wouldn't never really put any bloods on my channel like that, bro. And that's just because of the shit that
let's get into
my
that
politics.
Okay. So now, let's switch course on that, and let's get over to let's talk about dropout channels on YouTube. You know, because you're saying that your politics, you know, you wouldn't really be comfortable with having someone from the other side on your channel. So
right.
So now there's other street codes that you live by. There's other you know, just people with respect or that's been in it, you know, different things that they live by. So when it comes to these dropout channels, you see a lot of them out there. Now, we kind of talked a little bit, we touched about on this, you know, can you watch a dropout channel? Can you have a dropout channel on your panel? Can you say that there's never been a bad call? What's your opinion on all that?
Let's start with the first one you asked. Let's break that down into 3 questions.
Well, because I want to not forget, right? So
right, let's break. So the first one was can I watch a dropout channel?
Yeah.
Can I watch a dropout? I can, yeah, bro. I'm a man. You know, I stand on my feet, bro.
Do you watch them? Do you watch them?
I don't watch them. No, I don't watch them. Okay. But I can. I mean, if I wanted to, bro, because you know what? None of and look, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know who's gonna see this shit. I don't know who's gonna see it, but I know for a fact I got some active ass homies that be watching these damn dropout channels. And I know this because a couple of them's done slipped up and said shit. I'm not gonna say who y'all are, none of that shit, but I know some of y'all watch these dropout channels and they're with the business. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, we're not. If I was watching a Dropout channel, bro, I don't have to let nobody know who I'm subscribed to, or
For sure. No, I got you on that. I
So,
got you. But what about
but
up on
no,
your
I
panel?
don't.
Though?
I don't watch them.
But what about up on your panel? Because you wouldn't have someone from a rival set.
Nah.
You know, you wouldn't be comfortable with that. So, I mean, would you have one of these, you know, one of these fools reach out to you on IG? You know, you find out, you know, would you politely decline? Would you say, hey, fuck you, fool? Or what do you feel about that? Can you make it happen because it's not someone that you know and someone that you fucked with before?
Nah, I wouldn't have one on my channel. I could nah, hell no. Hell no, bro. You know what? Nah, because the thing about it is, and it's different because out here we really don't have dropouts like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a dropout out here really ain't a thing. You know, so
you were saying
but
that.
yeah, it's not a thing out here, bro. It's really not a thing. But the problem with it is, even though it's not a thing out here, shit can still happen to you for showing support to that thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to feel like, oh, well, that's Georgia. Nothing, they ain't getting down like that. They are getting down like that. And I can't elaborate too much on that, but they are getting down like that. And if I was to have one of them fools come on my channel, it could be a possibility that something would happen to me for having them on my channel and showing support to that. So I hell no. I like my life. You know what I'm saying? I like to be healthy.
Absolutely. And so what was the third part of that nugget? Because there was a third question to that. And I drew a fucking blank, and that's why I wanted to ask all three at the same time.
Can I watch Dropout channels? Would I have one on my channel? And can someone make a bad call?
Can someone make a bad call? Can one of these Dropout channels, can one of these dudes out there have had a bad call and just it's unfortunate? And with politics, can we not look past that no matter what? Or is there situations that we can be like, now I get that it's he said, she said at this point, but I think it would be crazy to say in the history of the world that there's never been a bad call.
Right.
Right. But I mean, but it just doesn't fucking matter. Is that right?
Bad calls do happen, bro. You know, look, even as bad calls, especially when you're in something that is like you got people like you got, and this is mostly like a Cali thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a Cali thing. Out here, it's way more different, like the structure of things and the way, the way everyone functions and shit like that is kind of different out here. You know what I'm saying? But like in California, yeah, they got individuals that they can make calls, and that's what you do. You have to make a decision on that call, whether it's good or bad. You got to make a decision on that call. But at the end of the day, bro, you got to understand that no matter how high up somebody is, everybody makes bad calls. Nobody's perfect. No one's going to make the perfect call every time. Even me, bro, when I was out there in the streets and I had young homies and shit and my little lokes and shit out there running around with them and shit, and I would make a decision. I think back now and I'm like, damn, bro, now that I think back on shit, like some of my decisions weren't the best decisions. We could have went a different way, or luckily it didn't turn out bad, but I could have made a better decision than what I made in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
And for some of those channels that maybe there was someone that got caught up under that, that's just a too damn bad. That's a motherfucker, huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing about it is when it comes to this shit right here, bro, it's like here's the thing. All these channels out there, bro, they all got a story to why they did what they did, and they ended up in the situation they fucking ended up in. All of them.
Yeah.
And guess what? They all are victims of something. They all got tired of being oppressed. They all got, you even got a couple that claim that there was bad calls made and they wasn't down with the call or whatever the case may be. So am I going to fucking go through them and try to pick and choose who's telling the real story and who isn't?
Yeah. No,
Hell no. I
I
ain't
hear
got
you.
time for that shit.
No,
So it's just like,
yeah. No, this is good.
stay
That's why I want
stay
to
over
ask
there.
this. You know, your
You
opinion is
know?
valuable, you know. So let me ask another question. So that Sharp interview with that Kelpy dude.
Right.
So say that's Klown Lok right there in that coat. And you know, you get on there, you thinking that you about to get some clout, and these fools just start fucking dropping disrespect.
Right.
What do you feel about that? I mean, would you take off?
Yeah, bro. I wouldn't even that shit wouldn't even you know what? I was watching that shit. I'll give him his props though. He didn't come out the jacket.
That hey, at least he did. If he would have done that, that would have been
He didn't come
yeah,
out the jacket. And
yeah.
he kept his cool. He kept his cool. I watched the whole thing. But me, hell no, there's no way I could have kept my cool that whole damn time like that, bro. You know who I would have took off on?
All of them.
The dude in the baby blue would have been my target.
Was that the fool that was sitting behind him on the other
Beside
on
him.
the left of
Yeah.
him? Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been my target. And then whatever happened on after that. But I've learned in situations, man, when it's more than you, you know, it's just you and it's other individuals, man, you got to have a basic damn target. He would have been my target. That boy,
I've had it where there's been a group of 3 and 2 of them haven't said shit, but they were bigger than the fool saying something.
right.
And I took off on one of the bigger ones just real quick, just out of left field on him. You know, he wasn't even knowing that what was going on, but I just didn't want to get hit by him. And I knew that if it was just me and little dude, we'd be okay.
Right.
So yeah, if
yeah,
that's
but
the
you
case,
know what? What's that dude's name, man? Fucking Usual Suspect or some shit like that. Anyways, man, the dude in the baby blue, Almighty Suspect. He was annoying me more than Sharp was. Sharp, I feel like Sharp. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I feel like Sharp was really giving Kelpy game. He was giving him game in a disrespectful manner. The other guy, he had no reason. I don't even know why he was there besides just to back up what Sharp was saying. You know what I'm saying?
I do believe in tough love.
That was tough love.
But like there's tough love. That just breached the line though for me. I feel like that. Like I would have had to take off. Like I cannot have another human talk to me like that.
And I definitely would have fucking bombed off. It wouldn't have lasted long, but.
And then I'm thinking, shit, if I was there for clout, like I was really trying to get my name out on the internet, then instead of that fool that got punked out or having a conversation like this, I would have been the fool that took off on these dudes.
Bro, imagine how viral he would have went if he would have took off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the ultimate clout right there.
That's the ultimate clout. That's what
I'm
saying.
His sound clout and all that shit would have blew up. Oh, that white boy's with it. That was exactly what they would have said. That white boy's with it.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about getting your ass beat? I would have got my ass beat.
No, he's with it.
You got the whole camera crew behind there and all their dudes. You're gonna get your ass beat for sure. But it's just the principle that you don't talk to someone like that. Like, but you're right. He didn't give up the jacket. At least he was scared though. He was shaking. Though.
Yeah, you know what though? He don't come from a violent environment, bro.
I know, and that's what's wrong with the world, bro. It's
he's a real good kid.
he's a real good kid, exactly. And that's what I'm saying, bro. If you're a real good kid, look, just stick to that, bro. Because I wish I would have been. And if I had kids, I'd try to raise them to be real good kids. Because
bro, he's a real good kid, man.
There ain't nothing out here with all
his mom and dad. What Eminem say? He's a real good kid. His mom and dad's live whatever, bro. He's a good kid, bro.
For sure.
Fucking Kelpy, man.
What about Adam 22, man? Do you think he's done anything good for hip hop? Do you think he's doing something good, or do you think he's trying to stir the pot, bro? Like
you know what?
Because he gives people a platform, right? But then at the same time, he kind of does some controversial shit where it's looked at, it's kind of frowned upon elsewhere. So do you think he's more of I think he's clearly for himself, right?
Obviously, yeah.
But do you think he's done something good for the hip hop community, or how do you feel about that?
I mean, Adam 22 is a real good kid, also.
He's for sure is. He's for sure.
But nah, bro. You know what? I keep seeing everybody calling
Can
him.
Someone drop Klown Lok's channel in the Jimbo? If you could drop his link so everybody could go over there and subscribe if they get a chance to, that would be dope. My bad, bro.
Hey, by the way, man, big shout out to everybody in the chat. I can't see.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you.
Answer this for me real quick, G Dirt.
Yes, sir.
Do you still see me?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool, man. I can see the chat too. Cool. Big shout out to Weevy's World. Big shout out to Strange and Unusual.
Everybody.
Big shout out to Let's Talk About It. JMCB420. Fucking everybody in this bitch, man. Richard Dowling. Big shout out to y'all. So
I think I saw Vegas Prison Stories. I saw Gangish.
Oh yeah, BPS, Mr. Diddy,
TV, Mr. Diddy. Hey, straight up,
Dirty Corner.
Hey, for someone that doesn't, this is my first video and I don't know how long. So, man, for everybody coming over here and showing support, I really appreciate that, man. That's why I try to show love.
So, yeah, man, Adam 22, let's get back to it, man. I just had to give everybody up in here showing the Dirty Corner some love. First episode, first guest, Foot Soldier. Yeah. So, Adam 22, man. You know what? Everybody calls him a culture vulture, right? I keep hearing people call him that, culture vulture.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like that fool's a culture vulture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, like you said, man, he gives hip hop artists a platform. If you go on his shit and you're an artist, you're gonna blow up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If unless you just suck, you're gonna do something, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's a give and take situation, bro. I don't feel like he does shit though that irritates people, but it doesn't matter, man. You know, people get irritated about shit. It is what it is. He obviously knows what he's doing. I mean, shit.
Yeah,
That fool's in the millions, so he knows what he's doing.
I think there could be a better example of a culture vulture.
Yeah.
For sure, because he doesn't really act all. He knows he's fucking he knows his role. I feel like he knows where he is on the totem pole, and I don't think he tries to present himself as too tough. But yeah, I don't know, man. I do think
nah, bro, he ain't tough. They know he can't fight. He knows he can't fight.
Yeah.
He says it all the time.
Yeah. So that's. I respect that, not going out of place with that. Some of the things that he says might be a little controversial, but
would you go on No Jumper?
Look, here's what. Let me tell you something about No Jumper. I cannot for the life of me understand how K-Frog TV got up on No Jumper. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. There's a K-Frog interview with No Jumper. Get the fuck out of here, bro. There's so many people that are in shitty situations that have a talent, that have something to show the world, maybe in that same genre, maybe hip hop music or an underground artist or something. And for him to just put in this like, and I don't want to just, but I just don't look at K-Frog as anybody. Like, who is this fool?
It's fucking K-Frog now.
What talent does this fool have? So I was kind of thrown back by that. And I feel like there would be other people that deserve that spot a lot more, and yeah. I'm not a hater, but it's just like, come on, bro, you chose I would bring that up. Would I go on Adam 22? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those weirdos, dog. It's like, I really enjoy YouTube and networking and stuff, but I don't necessarily like the idea of being the front face to everything.
Right.
So if I can put plans together in the background and help people, that's where I'd rather play my position. For someone that likes to be the face out there, because I'm really not a super sociable. I'm in sales, bro. So I have to be social. I have to go and fucking pretend like I'm happy today in order to get people to purchase from me. You know what I mean? I have to put on that chameleon persona. So it's just like anyone else that does something for work and then they come home and they don't want to be anywhere near that. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't necessarily want to be a 1090G. Could you imagine you want everyone just running up to you when you get out the car? Like I might be weird on that. I might feel uncomfortable with that because I don't like people being near me and shit, you know? So it's a little strange. I don't know. I don't know if I want that attention.
Have you had anybody recognize you from YouTube yet?
No, but I was live downtown Portland, and this fool was watching my live, and he ran up on me.
Oh, shit.
He said, hey, I know right where you're at. I'm going to be right there. And I didn't know what to expect from that. So I was like,
right.
Yeah, I'll stay right here. And then he pulled up on me, fucking jumped off the live, and he was like, man, I've been watching your channel a little bit. You know, I'm from the city. And then we actually kicked it a few times, you know?
Oh, that's cool. You know, I've had a couple individuals around my city, no one outside my city, but around my city that's recognized me, you know, from YouTube. And cool. A couple youngsters, you know, a few little youngsters. And bro, my wife tells me, she told me, she's like, when people recognize, she's like, you know what, your channel's small right now, so you're not going to have a lot of people that recognize you, but as you get bigger, more people's going to recognize you. She's like, you got to start being more of a people person. She's like, when people recognize you from YouTube, she's like, you should see your face when people like, you know, like, hey, what's up? Or, hey, are you Klown Lok? She's like, you should see your face, because the way you're looking like you want to like kind of do something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're not in like a comfortable position. And I'm just like, well, shit, I'm not used, you know, like, I don't know what the hell they're coming up to me for. And she's like, YouTube, what else? You know, because they'll run up to me and she's like, the way you're looking, no wonder they like try to shake your hand so fast or something, because you be looking like you don't know what the hell's about to happen. And I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why the hell these fools are, you know, shit. You could be saying, hey, are you Klown Lok? And then want to do something to me, or you might want to shake my hand, or I don't know what the hell about that. I mean, you know, that's a part of being from the streets. You can't, just because somebody says, hey, are you Klown Lok, or hey, what's up, you can't assume that it's a good situation off the rip. You got to evaluate it and then go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, that's for sure. I know. I felt a little bit weird about. He's like, hey, but I'm gonna stay there though, you know. But but at the same time, you know, look, that's what's weird about YouTube is fools that will sit there and trash your name, or, you know, come up with all these things. You got this fool in here talking about telemarketing. Fool, you don't know. This fool doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, dog. Just saying some weird ass shit. Like, why are these fools here? But they'll stay here though. They'll stay here, and they'll screenshot. They'll do everything they can, bro, to try.
Here's one for y'all. Wait, where's my camera? Oh shit! Boom. Okay. Yeah, crazy, man. It's YouTube, bro. You got to get used to it though. Like, when I first got on here, man, I used to let all this shit piss me off. I used to fucking go live and be cussing people out and shit. Now I've gotten over all that, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still come on a live and act a fool from time to time. But for the most part, I've grown as a YouTuber. So I pretty much just came to the realization that this is YouTube, man. You run into YouTube shit when you're on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and no disrespect. I wasn't dropping the link on this because I'm trying to keep these as episodes and not just like turning into a 2-hour live and stuff like that, trying to really touch on those subjects and really just go from there and jump off. And actually, for me, I was kind of done with all the questions and all the different shit I had to talk about. You got anything, bro?
You know what, man? Not really, bro. I feel like it's been a really good live, man. You know, I still got to finish. I still got to finish my my maruchan over here, man. My damn cup of noodles, bro. It's still got noodles in it. You know, I didn't want to just be feeding my face while I'm on live and shit. You know, chopping it up with my boy G Dirt. But I do appreciate, and I'm sorry about the first few minutes of the live, y'all, because I did
first 7 minutes. If you watch it back, it was a little bit rough. But hey,
first 7 minutes was me. My bad. over here trying to be. I wanted to be on the laptop and shit, but anyways, man, you know, yeah, bro, it's been a real good live, man.
Yeah,
you know what? I feel honored to be the very first guest on this podcast. This shit's dope.
I was sitting here and I was thinking, you know, because the idea with the podcast is to have someone different each week, someone new, different story. And I was like, you know what? And I was just remembering 200 subs a piece sitting there. We were going back, and back then we used to go live all the time and shit like that. But I'll be real, when you're just touching base with some random ass fool, shit, this fool might say he's jumping on. I knew I could count on you, bro. So,
right,
you know, I really appreciate you coming through and chopping it up, and everyone in the chat, man. Fuck, that's love, bro. I really appreciate that. So that's good.
Hey, man. Tonight we will on my channel. Anyone that's new to the channel, we will be going live tonight on my channel, y'all. I go live 9 o'clock at 9 o'clock Pacific time, 12 o'clock Eastern time. It's one of those late night lives. We get faded. We just see what happens, man. There is no subject and there is no reasoning besides the fact that we just going to get loked out and see what the hell goes from there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I seen some weird shit go on over there too.
Yeah, bro. You never know, man. You never know what the hell might happen on a Lok'd Out live. You know, it's shit. I don't know, bro. Ain't none of it scripted. I just let it go. But anyone that's new to the channel, man, y'all come check that live out tonight. We're gonna have a good time regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Go slide through, man. Go subscribe to Klown Lok, man. Always been a good dude. Always been stand up and shit. That's all I got though, man. I really appreciate everyone tapping in, and Lok, I'm gonna hit you up on the side and.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna shoot you some possible guests also, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the future, because I know some good people, man. That you probably be good for.
I'm actually gonna hit up Vegas prison stories because my next live was supposed to be on Friday. I know he's got something that he does every Friday, so I just want to make sure that I'm not at that same time.
Right.
That's for my benefit because ain't no one will be over here if he didn't send the clan over. So I appreciate that.
That's right. Hey, we got that merch too, y'all. Stop bullshit and get loked out with it.
Loked out, loked out dirt life, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Portland.
Till the next one, baby.
And we out.